Athletics Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group.
Tonight marks the first of four versus the Beast from the East. The New York Yankees, with their lethal and balanced lineup, have ripped through the majors this season, making them a tough team to beat. The Athletics are turning some heads, winning games late with their never-say-die attitude. And with some outstanding pitching, they have become the Cinderella of the West, as their exciting style of play has made them a contender. Coming up next, the best team in the majors, the Bronx Bombers, give the green and gold a measuring stick on where they stand in the American League. A's, Yankees, next. Well, the O.Co Coliseum should be rocking tonight. The weekend starts early. It's the first of a four-game series, the Yankees and the Athletics. You'll see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet California. There's a lot of close races around Major League Baseball. Not the case in the AL East. The Yankees have a 9.5-game lead over the Orioles and a 10-game lead over the Rays. So the Yankees running away with the East. And that young man, A.J. Griffin, another big challenge for him tonight. He's answered all of his challenges so far. He'll take on the Yankees. So we're just about set to go. Should be fun. Well, welcome, everybody. Ray Fosse, Glenn Kuiper, and welcome to A's Baseball here on Comcast Sportsnet. So the Yankees are in town. That's always exciting. This team hits a bunch of home runs. They lead the majors. But, Ray, you think about all the great hitters, and I got to believe Robinson Cano is probably their best offensive player.
You know, it's not often you see a second baseman hitting cleanup, but that's exactly what Robinson Cano is doing. He won the home run derby last year in Arizona. He is a tremendous player. Great second baseman, Gold Glove second baseman. Tremendous power. It's unbelievable what he can do with a baseball. He uses the whole field, plays very relaxed when he does play, whether it's hitting or playing defense. But there's amazing the way he sits right in the middle of the lineup, and he is right between the two guys, A-Rod and Teixeira. So it says a lot about their lineup.
So A.J. Griffin tonight, he's pitched well in all of his starts this year. But Ray finally got his first win in Minnesota.
It took 9 outs from the bullpen, but he did a great job. And I think one thing about him that the Yankees are going to see, he works quickly. It's just a matter of what the Yankees are going to do tonight. Are they going to step out, try to disrupt his concentration? But he works quickly. He mixes his pitches well. And I think the amazing thing about him, a lot of confidence, showing his reaction as he picked up his first Major League victory in Minnesota, got the lineup card. And then top of that, his dad was there to watch him. How special was that?
And we got two hot teams. It's going to be a fun weekend. The A's playing great, and so are the Yankees, so they will square off in the first of four tonight. It is also Dog Day here at the ballpark, so a lot of our young friends at the ballpark, they're going to enjoy the game, and so are we. We'll have lineups at first pitch when we come back.
Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
So the A's and the All-Whites take the field as the Yankees are in town for a 4-game series. Let's check out the game time weather for tonight, brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 65 degrees. Not a lot of humidity. Not a lot of clouds in the sky, and it's a nice night for baseball on a Thursday night. Dog day at the ballpark. Don't know the exact number of dogs that are in the house, but it's a lot. They walked around the warning track coming out of center field, and there was a lot of them. That's all I'm going to say. There was a lot of dogs. Here's the starting lineup for the Yankees. Jeter, Granderson, Rodriguez, Cano, Teixeira, Swisher, Ibanez, Chavez, Stewart. Yankees lineup.
It's a pretty good lineup.
That's not bad.
But A.J. Griffin's on the mound. 64 is his number. Wearing the glasses, of course, he does not need glasses. He just needs to see the signs. So catchers appreciate him wearing the glasses. But he's making his 5th start, and he started to get some pretty good teams, including the Giants, the Rangers, Red Sox, and picked up his first Major League victory against the Twins last Friday at Target Field.
Defense behind Griffin. Cespedes in left, Crisp in center, Reddick in right, Inge at third, Pennington at short, Weeks at second, and Moss at first, with Norris doing the catching. So Derek Jeter steps in. His name is announced. Lots of boos, lots of cheers. And we're just about set to get this series underway. A's splitting the 2-game series with the Texas Rangers, getting the win on the walk-off yesterday.
They're already taking forever. Griffin's been ready to throw for about 15 seconds.
And the first pitch of the game from Griffin to Jeter is a strike.
There are a few of those number 2s in the house tonight.
Oh, and 2. Jeter hitting .311 with 7 home runs and 27 runs batted in.
Great opposite field hitter. The A's plan him slightly to hit the ball to the outfield right side. Infield straight up.
And shallow. Reddick is very shallow in right field. So is Coco Crisp in center. Cespedes normal depth in left field, but pulled over a little bit.
Expecting him to hit the ball to the right side. Figured that it's going to be pitched that way, although fastball inside. He has a very good inside-out swing. He's Jeter, over 3,000 hits.
So 119 of those hits this year. Only Miguel Cabrera from the Tigers has more hits in the American League. And this one toward Reddick in right. On the move, he dives, and he did not catch it. It's a fair ball, and Jeter's going to be aboard. The first base umpire, Bill Miller, got a pretty good look at it, and he said Reddick did not catch it.
Well, the ball died very quickly. Looked like it was going to be an easy catch, but a sinking line drive. Reddick took the dive right at the end. That's when he had to reach back as the ball, as you see it, Exmo in the glove, but the ground knocked it out. He tried to reach and pick it up. There's your Exmo shot right up in the webbing of the glove, smothered it, and then could not hang on, dropped out of his glove. Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort.
So give Bill Miller credit. That was the right call. So the hit for Jeter to right field, and here's Granderson, and it's 1-1. 251 with 25 home runs and 52 runs batted in for Curtis Granderson. And that one on the inside corner for a strike. So watch the ball, and then right when the glove turns over, that's when it hits the ground.
But as we have said, with an outfielder's glove, it's much longer You hit it, catch it in the webbing. There's no way to grasp it. If it's in the palm, you can securely catch it, as infielders do, because they use a smaller glove.
So the longer glove just gets a little floppy, right, on the
webbing.
In the webbing. That is Bill Miller. Mike Winters is the crew chief, and he's calling balls and strikes tonight. Which is high. 2-2 to Granderson with Alex Rodriguez in the on-deck circle. So just underway from the Coliseum. Crowd still filing in. It'll be a good crowd, not a sellout tonight. One lofted toward shallow left center field. On the run is Cespedes, and he'll get there. So that's the first out, and here comes Rodriguez.
A.J. Griffin's had one game. That was against the Rangers. He had 10 ground ball outs, otherwise 10 fly ball outs against the Red Sox, 9 against the Twins in his last start. He's pitched exactly, actually, 6+ innings in his first, but 6 innings in all 4 of his starts.
So Rodriguez steps in, 14 home runs, 41 RBIs, and a first pitch slider is just a bit low. So Rodriguez is the DH tonight with Eric Chavez playing third base. Fouls it straight back.
Jeter is a threat to steal. However, with this lineup, a lot of power. A.J. Griffin altering, changing his delivery, but quick pitching in a sense. He is getting the sign, coming to the set, and unloaded with a slide step.
Jeter does have 7 steals. That's Freddie Garcia, and he will be the starter tonight for the Yankees. As a line drive base hit. Cespedes over to cut it off. Jeter stops at second. 2 on and a 1 out here in the first inning, and Robinson Cano steps up.
2-1 fastball, try to go inside, miss location, and Alex Rodriguez able to extend his arms and pull the ball. It was almost on the inside part of the plate on the corner, but about a quarter. Keller, the first base coach. Stu Girardi, the manager. Tony Pena, another former catcher, his bench coach. Larry Rothschild, pitching coach. Kevin Long, pretty good hitting coach.
First pitch to Cano. It's a curveball that drops low. Cano hitting .320, 21 homers, 55 runs batted in. The batting average is 6th best in the American League.
Game hitting streak, 4 years with at least 15.
What else you want to know? We can keep talking about it if you want.
I think the biggest thing, Kev, in the past years for Joe Girardi, 21-21 record on May 21. Huh.
Those days are over.
Yeah. But David Cohn's perfect game is over from us. But normally you look at, you want your strength defensively up the middle. Your second baseman's at 21, your center field is at 25. 46 home runs from your so-called defensive positions.
And they're both good defensively as well. The Yankees are 3rd in the American League in runs scored. So I guess you would automatically think that they're first, but that is not the case. There's David Cohn.
94 Cy Young Award winner. Perfecto, Yankee Stadium.
1-2 to Cano. Close pitch, call the ball.
Well, this is what we'll be looking at tonight. On the corner, is it? Off the plate. White line in the right-handed batter's box.
Cano loops one to left field, and Cespedes is going to make a nice running catch, and then he dropped it, and they're saying no catch.
Throw it to third then. There you go. Maybe.
So they overthrow, and they'll
throw it to
on the
first.
bag.
Throw it to second. Get a double play. Aye.
They do throw to second. They call him safe, and there's mass confusion on the field. Brian Knight, the third base umpire, he did go out there, and he signaled no catch.
Well, Cespedes, when he dropped the ball, why was he looking in towards the infield? Maybe to see what was happening.
Well, I think we need to see, did he drop this on the exchange? I think he dropped it on the exchange.
Yeah, he thinks he did. But they could have gotten a double play out of it if Griffin had thrown the ball to Inge. Inge could have thrown to second. But he catches the ball.
See, that's on the exchange.
It is exchange, exactly. But the umpire couldn't see it as it was on the move.
You know, Bob Melvin is talking to Brian Knight.
Well, the A's get an out, which is the most important thing. But Cespedes, with his reaction, he had to have thought he caught the ball.
See, he's got it there, and then there's the exchange.
Yeah, he reached in, and the webbing, the ball's up in the
call,
webbing.
but yeah.
But because he was running and because the glove was in front of him,
yeah,
evidently Knight thought that he didn't catch it, or the transfer, but clearly the replay, the transfer. But Alex Rodriguez thought the ball had been caught. He was at first. He wasn't even going to second. But Griffin didn't see him back towards first base, and it could have been a double play out of the inning. And this is not a good guy to give an extra chance to, and Mark Teixeira.
A crazy play. 7-1 is to put out at third.
That's right.
There's a strike to Teixeira. Off the bat, I thought it was a base hit. And it hung up a little bit, and Cespedes got a good jump.
And there's no air given because he got an out.
Got an out. Breaking ball just a bit low.
Fielder's choice, 7-1.
Don't see that very often.
No.
Shift is on for Teixeira. You can see where Weeks is and Pennington. Missed inside. 3-1. 24 pitches for Griffin here in the first inning. That's Nick Swisher in the on-deck circle. Teixeira hits a shot right at Weeks, and Weeks throws to first. Side retired. Little craziness in the top of the first. The Yankees do not score. Here's the Athletics lineup as we head to the bottom of the first. Crisp, Weeks, Reddick, Cespedes, Smith, Moss, Inge, Norris, and Pennington.
The veteran right-hander Freddie Garcia started with the Mariners. He's been around. And now with the Yankees and pitching well, the A's seen him for the first time this season. 4-2 record. 8th start he's making for the Bronx Bombers. Fastball upper 80s, but he throws a split change. The kitchen sink. He'll throw everything. Started when he was with Seattle. The A's would face him and started featuring a lot of changeups. With the White Sox, same thing. Philadelphia, also Detroit, so he's been around. Knows how to pitch.
Teixeira playing in on the backhand, steps on the bag, and that's out number 1.
That was 71.
We'll see something slower. Here's the defense for the Yankees tonight. Ibanez, Granderson, and Swisher in the outfield. Chavez, Jeter, Cano, Teixeira on the infield. Chris Stewart is the catcher for Freddie Garcia. Always good to see that guy.
Clean shaven, Eric Chavez.
Chavez playing in on the grass for weeks. 221 the average for Jamal with a couple of home runs.
Can almost shake hands with Curtis Granderson in center field. It's really shallow. We have seen Granderson played for the Tigers, Comerica Park, which is huge outfield. Go back and see the distance between center fielder Granderson and the wall.
This one down the left field line, but it'll be foul. Weeks was 0 for 6 in that 2-game series against the Texas Rangers. A's are 47 and 44, and they have won 10 out of their last 12, and they're 25 and 21 at home. That's the good news. The bad news is they just have not been able to beat the Yankees lately. This would be a good weekend to change that. In fact, it's been really terribly one-sided. Yankees have won 9 straight games here in Oakland. So nobody likes to see that. Long ways for Jeter. Throws on the run, not in time. Weeks beat it out, and that's a hit.
Exactly what Jamal Weeks wants to do, needs to do to have success. As he said, he's hit a couple of home runs, but they were way back at the beginning of April. And from the left side, and Jeter, Gold Glove, shortstop, all-star, but with the speed of Jamal Weeks running very hard out of the box. And even Jeter, with his great play at shortstop, could not get the speed of Jamal Weeks. Perfect.
So here's Reddick. First pitch to Reddick is the strike, 79 miles an hour. 272 with 21 homers and 46 runs batted in for Reddick. And a big hit yesterday. 2-run double that tied the game. Quick throw to first, and Weeks is able to just get back.
Stewart throws very well. Very well. And Jamal Weeks way off, and you don't see a lot of catchers throw standing up like that. It's they want to pitch inside and put a pre-planned pickoff play on, but Stewart just a very quick release. By the way, I just wanted to let you know that your call and our thought yesterday when Reddick hit the ball, that it was a home run.
So I wasn't the only one.
No, he thought it was gone. He said, I crushed it. He said, I can't hit a ball any harder. He said, it's not the first time that it's happened. But I think we all thought it was a 3-run home run.
Well, we're used to the daytime where the ball does travel better, and it sure had the look and the sound.
Everything worked well See, and he even said running out of the box. He said, watch me run. He said, I thought it was gone. He was trotting, excited to drive in two to tie the game.
And it was really about halfway up the wall, a little more than halfway up the wall.
Cruz should have caught it.
He had a chance to catch it, yeah. Reddick grounds one. Cano, he'll get the out at first. So Weeks goes to second. Runner in scoring position for Cespedes with 2 outs.
Batting in the fourth position, left fielder, number 52, YANKEES.
So Cespedes, a hot hitter, steps in. He's got a 6-game hitting streak.
And he's facing the Yankees for the first time. They're sitting for the first time. He's on the disabled list back in May when the Yankees were here.
And a couple people that cover the Yankees asked me, does he make that much difference? I said, well, he's pretty good.
Did they ask you how he pronounces his name?
No.
It's been
not
around
any of the writers. There's a 68-mile-an-hour curveball. First strike. So the average all the way up to 288. So you want to see a guy who just throws the kitchen sink up there? So the slider more than the fastball. That's the first guy we've seen that throws any other pitch more times than his fastball. Splitter.
But when you throw your fastball at about 88 miles per hour, you do not want it to be your dominant pitch.
Oh, 0-1 to Cespedes. Weeks takes off for third, and he's going to steal it without a throw. Helmet flies off of Jamal, but it's a stolen base. And there is number 13 for
Weeks. You can
Weeks.
see the defense, and actually Shabby goes over to cover third, but Chris Stewart held on to the ball. We saw that same thing happen in Minnesota with 2 strikes on Johnny Gomes. Plouffe covered the bag. The ball went right where he was positioned. The A's with that stolen base with 2 outs, hoping that a mistake can occur if Cespedes doesn't get a hit to drive him in.
Hamlin drilled to left, and that baby is gone. 2-0 Athletics.
Play slow pitch softball.
Yeah, he just sat back.
That was slow pitch softball right there. That's providing your Pirates 69 mile per hour curveball. Cespedes out on the front foot and absolutely crushed it. Way above the out of town scoreboard. Way above the first level of seats. And the A's, I think that's a good way to get Jamal Weeks in. Don't need a mistake. Well, it was a mistake on Garcia's part. That was crushed.
So number 12 for Cespedes. Give him RBIs 43 and 44. And here's Smith.
I don't know why Garcia called out his catcher to talk. He just flipped us very slow. What'd you say? 67, 68 mile per hour curveball?
The first one was 67. So that one looked about the same.
But I don't think Garcia. Oof. He knew. You've given up home runs. You can tell by the sound. That was the last 2 home runs hit by the A's. Brandon Hicks with a walk-off, and Cespedes 2-run shot in the first inning tonight. And Hicks starting to grow the facial hair back. He has clean-shaven look. He said was enough. Wasn't getting any hits that way, so decided to start growing the facial hair. Cespedes just keeps swinging.
1-2 to Smith. Swing and a miss. There's the splitter. So Smith strikes out. Cespedes with a 2-run homer, his 12th of the year. So the A's take a 2-0 lead after 1. Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Evergood Sausages. Pick up Evergood Sausages at your local grocery store today. Good start for the A's. Cespedes with a 2-run homer. So the A's lead 2-0. Swisher, Ibanez, and Chavez here in the second inning. Curveball stays a bit high. 1-1 the count. 258, 13 home runs, 52 runs batted in for Swisher. Swisher always kind of lurks down in the bottom of the order a little bit, which is not a bad place to be with the Yankees. You get pitcher sweats his way through the middle of the lineup. And
well, Ibanez and Xavi, 7th and 8th.
20 home runs combined. 2-2 now to Swisher. Jay Griffin looking for a shutdown inning. 4 out of 5 this year. Swisher grounds one, and it's Moss. Makes a nice play on the backhand, ranging to his right, and throws out Swisher.
Fortunately, that's a nice out because Jamal Weeks was right behind where Brandon Moss picked up the ball. Always dangerous, and seeing a lot of A's first basemen range too far to the right. What you can see, Jamal Weeks coming in right behind. He's ready to field the ball. Much easier. Is a tough throw for a first baseman, especially when you have to throw over the top. And somebody maybe yelled from the dugout. Remember, A.J. Griffin just covered first. Derek Norris go out and settle him down, slow him down a little bit, let him catch his breath. A nice play, and that's again a tough play for a first baseman to throw over the top and try to lead the pitcher to the bag.
First pitch to Raul Ibanez is way outside. Ibanez, pretty good season. 12 homers, 40 RBIs. 230 at bats. He's been a platoon with Andrew Jones.
Brett Gardner still not able. He had another setback. He's the energy man on the Yankees.
I just read today, Ray, where he is going to have surgery on that right elbow, and they don't think he's going to play again this year.
I think you're
or at all this year.
Right. That they were anticipating that. So they might make the move because you have Andrew Jones and Raul Ibanez, who veterans, been around a long time.
So those two guys manning left field. You know, I combined their numbers. Ibanez and Jones combined 24 homers, 66 RBI. Each of them have 12 home runs. You know, sometimes, really in any organization, but sometimes it's the lesser free agent signings that you make that turn out to be important. Everybody likes that big splash, which is fine.
Joe Girardi, first time they came into town, said, "How did you steal Raul Ibanez?" Because it's a steal. He and Andrew Jones should both recognize their roles.
Up the middle, Pennington dives, he's got it, gets up, guns it to first, but not quite in time. So Ibanez, an infield hit, but a very nice play by Pennington, and he made it very close.
At Ibanez's age, he still runs very fast. So you see where the Pennington is. Hard hit ball just to the right of second base, and Pennington, very strong throw. Not enough time, simply because Ibanez does not run his age. He runs much younger than what his numbers say with his age.
But getting back to those two guys, Ray, Ibanez makes $1.1 million. Andrew Jones makes $2 million. So you got 24 over 66 RBIs that are just a shade over $3 million now.
And just watch Ibanez out of the box, and not surprising. He's a hustler, plays hard, great guy, gentleman.
Now, Ray, he's 40 years old.
Yes, he
turned
is.
40 earlier this month.
That's why I say he doesn't run his age.
No, he does not. He's been a good player for a long time.
Yeah. Seattle, Kansas City, back to Seattle. There's Philadelphia, free agent contract.
In the dirt, swing and a miss by Eric Chavez, and that's out number 2. There's that big overhand curve from Griffin.
Great thing about the curveball from Griffin, unlike with Freddie Garcia, this curveball at 68, very slowly thrown, and fastball, though, can get there low 90s. Freddie Garcia's fastball is not as quick with the velocity.
So with 2 outs, Chris Stewart will hit. So Russell Martin, the regular catcher for the Yankees, getting the night off. Stewart takes a stride. 258 with 11 RBIs for Stewart. No more for his defense. Swings and misses at it. Another slow one, 69 miles an hour. We'll see Russell Martin the next 3 games.
So I'm sitting next to the smiling CC Sabathia, Vallejo, his own CC, pitching on Sunday.
Soft line drive. Actually a one-hopper. And Griffin takes care of it. The side retired. So on to the bottom of the second. 2-0 A's. Yesterday, Brandon Hicks comes in as a pinch runner in the bottom of the 7th. Then goes to shortstop, makes a very nice running play with a couple of men on in the 9th. And then in the bottom of the 9th, well, you know what happened. A walk-off. A post-game interview with Ray and I, which lasted about 12 seconds. And then,
who got billed for the microphone?
I don't know. I'm not paying for it. And then damage done. I believe it was done again in the locker room.
Yeah.
But it was a fun game. A's coming back late. It was at 9 walk-off wins this year, and that's the most in the major leagues. And that one's ripped right field, and nobody's going to get it. So Moss will have a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
There's never enough runs to score against the New York Yankees, and Brandon Moss starts the 2nd inning with an off-speed pitch. There's pretty much everything thrown by Freddie Garcia is off speed. Of course, you're very familiar with right field here at the Coliseum, able to play it well, holding him to a double, but a nice way to start.
So that'll bring up Brandon Inge. The A's with a single, a double, and a homer off Garcia. Garcia started the season in the rotation, and he made 4 starts and gave up 19 earned runs in 13 2/3 innings. He was just not very good, and they sent him to the bullpen, and he made 10 appearances out of the bullpen, straightened things out a little bit, and now this is his 4th start back in the rotation, and he has pitched better.
Girardi, Larry Rothschild, his pitching coach, former manager of the Tampa Bay Rays, Larry Rothschild.
After a pretty good year for Garcia last year with the Yankees, they decided to bring him back this year.
Remember, they traded or kind of gave away A.J. Burnett to the Pittsburgh Pirates, 10-game winner.
And Inge won around. So Brandon Inge chased a high pitch, tried to hold up, couldn't do it. So Moss remains at second base, 1 out.
Well, he's looking back at Garcia, kind of wondering what the pitch was, but his body carried the bat through the hitting zone as he tried to hold up his swing.
So Norris will hit. Norris hitting in the A spot, followed by Pennington. First pitch is a strike. Moss was dancing around to a very big lead. Cano was playing right near second base.
If Garcia had thrown him into the plate, Moss might have taken off.
Looked like he was thinking about it. But Freddie Garcia won 12 games last year for the Yankees. Made 25 starts and had a decent ERA of 3.6. The Yankees decided, why not bring him back? Norris, shallow center where Granderson comes in. He's got it. Most 12-win seasons active pitchers. Freddie Garcia's got 9. Going to have to go a little bit this year. Right now he's got 4 wins. But he's got 149 career wins and 97 losses. So he's trying for career win number 150.
CC at the top, of course, pitching for a good team to give him some offensive support. So Tim Hudson's name on there. He won today in Atlanta, their series finale.
Pennington drives one down the right field line, but it's foul. So Cliff in need of some base hits. Just missed there. You know, Ray, if you think back of last year, I think the Yankees kind of had to decide between Colon and Freddie Garcia.
That's right.
Because they both pitched for in the Yankees rotation last year. And yeah, I don't know if it was a straight one or the other, but they decided to let Colon go and keep Freddie Garcia. Cued foul, so the count is 0-2.
So the big discrepancy in the run scored by the Yankees versus the A's, one of those thanks to Bartolo Colon's shutout against the Athletics when he was a member of the Yankees last year. Is it the Memorial Day? I know that
it was a day game. I know that. Pitches outside to Pennington. Moss led off the inning with a double, but Inge struck out and Norris popped out to center field. Again, the outfield playing extremely shallow. The fastball at 88 miles an hour is high.
I think we'll see in this 4-game series with the outfielders playing as shallow as they are that is hopeful of hitting balls in the gap, maybe over the head, but you're going to not see as many as ones that might be robbed, as the case of balls hit softly by Derek Norris, caught by Granderson.
Bennington swings at a pitch in the dirt. Stewart picks it up, clears himself, and then throws to first. Third strikeout for Garcia. So we're headed to the third. 2-0 Athletic. Is brought to you by Provident Credit Union. Provident Credit Union's Super Reward Checking is better than free. They pay you. A's got a 2-run homer from Yoenis Cespedes in the first inning. It's 2-0. Dog day at the ballpark. So there's a section where fans bring their dogs. Special place for them to sit. Yankee players are probably going, "What is that noise? What is going on?"
Maybe more than just the Yankees players are asking the question.
That's a big fella. How'd you like to be sitting next to that dog?
I think they're all out in center field. I think that's the special section for.
So what if you just like got a seat out there and that big old dog was sitting right next to you? Jeter has it. See, look, you just go sit right in front of him.
Right there?
Yeah, just sit in that seat right there and make sure that tongue is hanging right on your shirt. Oh yeah, he's a big fella. I like that dog. A little smaller. Granderson goes around. Granderson hit a fly ball to left field. First at bat. It's a bullet foul. Nice play by the ball boy. On the backhand, protecting the Yankees relievers.
Yeah.
Watch got a good jump on it.
Never thought he would be working down there and end up on Exmo.
Weeks charges. He had the shift on. He'll underhand the Moss. Granderson is out. So 2 outs Authentic fans know where to find the best deal in Bay Area baseball. It's Authentic Fan Fridays here at the Coliseum tomorrow versus the Yankees. Get a ticket in our value deck behind home plate, an authentic pair of A's socks, a cheer card, and a $6 food and drink voucher, all for one great price. Log on to csncalifornia.com for details. So that's tomorrow night, A's Yankees. It'll be another big crowd, so you may want to check on that quickly. Kate Longworth will head up there and see what kind of crowd we have up there. She always likes to head up there when it's an Authentic Fan Friday, interview some of the fans up there. So we'll make sure Kate heads up there. Always having a good time. Just 1-2 or a 1-1 slider.
Good hard slider. That's perfect pitch to throw. Looks like a strike. Alex Rodriguez swinging at a pitch, ended up down in near the dirt.
This one skied left center, but in the ballpark. Cespedes, he's got it, and that's a 3-up, 3-down inning. 5 in a row, retired by A.J. Griffin. Bottom of the third coming up.
Tomorrow through Sunday when the A's play these New York Yankees. Chevron, in partnership with Exploratorium in San Francisco, has created the STEM Zone, which introduces science, technology, engineering, and mathematics to children through baseball. Visit Chevron STEM Zone near Section 200. Game tickets, visit OaklandAthletics.com.
Top of the order for the A's. It'll be Crisp, Weeks, and Reddick. Crisp grounded out to Teixeira in his first at-bat. Spins him out of the way. A's are 9-8 against the AL East this year. And this is the start, Ray, of 17 consecutive games against teams from the East. So an opportunity against what is a good division.
The division has found some separation, especially with the Yankees at the top.
Ain't that the truth? There's a shot. Teixeira can't handle this one. He was playing in the same spot as he was in the first inning. But this ball was hit a little bit harder, and Teixeira could not come up with it.
That is the biggest difference. It was hit hard. Teixeira had to respect the possibility of Crisp bunting, so he's playing even with the bag. And a shot, it went to his right. His Gold Glove first baseman did not handle that one. And now we'll see Coco Crisp. He's a threat to steal, but Chris Stewart also throws very well, as we have seen. Like challenges, and here's a challenge from the A standpoint, just trying to increase the lead. Leadoff double last inning. He was stranded at second. Brandon Moss.
Weeks single. Stole a base, scored a run in the first inning. So the A's 4 against the Yankees, 3 against Toronto, 3 against Baltimore, 3 against the Rays, and then 4 more against Toronto. So there's your 17 straight against the East. With a good lean going, but he's not running. And Weeks fouls the bunt attempt.
It was a sacrifice. Ball was out of the strike zone. I think that Freddie Garcia has a tendency to do when he does throw his fastball. It's usually elevated. Off-speed pitches much lower than the strike zone. Change of speed, of course, is the key for him. One thing the off-speed pitches does to a catcher is throw his timing off. And that makes a big difference. Ideally, the catcher wants to get a decent pitch that he can throw. Catchers don't mind if a pitcher changes speeds with nobody on base because he's kind of sitting back anyway. So you call a fastball and he throws a BP fastball or a changeup, it's okay. Runner on base and he's in position to throw and he's expecting a fastball, gets a changeup. His body's going forward and it throws off his timing.
Chavez comes in on the grass. And this one toward left field. Ibanez on the move. He can't get it. It drops fair. Coco rounds second. He'll stop there. So 2 on and nobody out for the A's here in the third. That is 5 hits now against Freddie Garcia.
And 2 very good hits for Jemile Weeks. This one floated down the left field line. Splitter. Just served it down the line. Ibanez a very good job getting over the ball. No chance to catch it. And Coco had to make sure. Otherwise, he's standing at third. But could not take the chance in case Ibanez came up with it. But the way the ball was spinning on Ibanez, he had to make sure he was able to catch the ball, not have it span to the point that a run scored and maybe a double or triple.
And you know, you watch Coco and you think, well, what, you know, from our angle and the camera angle that you're seeing at home, you could tell that Ibanez was not going to catch that. But that's not the same angle that Coco has between first and second base. So it's really a much different deal for him.
And plus, with nobody out, you don't want to take a chance and run into a double play. Because right now, you have the speed. Derek Jeter visiting with Coco Crisp. But as he moves off the bag, it would be Jeter holding Crisp close. Chavez off the line at third. But if it's a steal, it would be a double steal. And Jemile Weeks can get off a long way at first base simply because Teixeira is playing behind.
Reddick takes up and away 2-0. Reddick grounded out to Cano in the first inning. Cespedes, who already has a 2-run homer in this game, is in the on-deck circle.
And the question was asked to you, does he make a difference? He has shown already that he makes a big difference, and especially this at bat by Reddick. Josh has told us, and Cespedes is in the lineup. He's hitting in front of him. It makes a big difference in how he's pitched. Because the big guy looms large in the on-deck circle.
2-0 off speed, and it catches the outside corner. You really didn't think Garcia was going to throw a 2-0 fastball, did you?
Not at 88. Especially if his slider percentage is higher than his fastball percentage. You have to expect to get something other than the fastball.
That fastball was well placed right on the inside corner, and Reddick fouled it back. So 2-2 the count.
If you throw about 88, just above the average or right around the average, you have to locate the fastball, and he does it perfectly on the inside corner. So it falls behind 2-0 with off-speed pitches, then comes back with a slider, foul, and a fastball actually thrown inside corner.
Reddick swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. So that is strikeout number 4 for Freddie Garcia.
Slow curveball to Yoenis Cespedes, and he crushed it. And it's simply like slow pitch softball. About a 68, 69 mile per hour curveball, and Cespedes crushed it. And the way his bat speed, the way his bat gets through the hitting zone, Reggie Jackson's in the house. Of course, works for the Yankees in Yankees uniform, but Reggie had a bat speed too. And hitters, power hitters that have the kind of bat speed that Cespedes does, get out on the front foot, still hit it out. That's the number 9 for Reggie. So Ricky Henderson is here during batting practice again. Reggie's here.
Those two were chatting before the game. Be fun conversations.
You could really classify both of them as Mr. Octobers. It's true, because Ricky had some great Octobers, like the original Reggie.
1-1 to Cespedes. Cano playing right near the bag, trying to hold Coco crisp there.
The Yankees realize that if Coco runs, it will be a double steal. Teixeira with the shift. See how far he's off first base. Is that Jamal Weeks could get as far, because there's no way Teixeira's going to try to move him behind him and pick him off. Just up to Coco if he feels he can get a good enough jump, and may not even try, especially with Cespedes hitting. Want to take the bat out of his hand.
And did he go? He did not. Check swing by Cespedes.
It was like Brandon Inge, but he did not carry the bat all the way through. Stopped his swing. Massive arms and strength. Not surprised he could do that.
So 2-1 the count. Granderson just shifted the touch toward left center field. That one out of the strike zone. Cespedes waves at it. 2-2 the count.
That was a ball when it left his hand. Way outside. When a pitch starts, and it starts on the corner, you know it doesn't have a chance to stay there.
That one past Stewart, and both runners will move up. So Stewart, who's pretty good behind the plate, could not handle that one.
Yeah, I thought if Crisp and Jamal Weeks had a double steal, put them in second and third. This changes it with a wild pitch, puts them there anyway. As Garcia came into the plate, he and Stewart had a conversation, because now with first base open, this is a case where you might pitch carefully to a right-hander to get to a left.
Sure.
Just because the power of Cespedes. I don't think will get anything close to hit. Just a matter if he expands his strike zone.
And that one inside, it almost hit him, and Cespedes will take the walk. So now the A's have the bases loaded.
And as raw as Cespedes is, there's a case where you had to figure he is not going to get a good pitch to hit. It is not often that you pitch carefully to a right-hander to get to a lefty. Seth Smith hitting 6th or 5th behind Cespedes, but I think that was the case.
That's the first walk issued by Garcia. Well, it's only the bottom of the third, but if there's ever a team that you need to keep adding runs on to your total, it would be against the Yankees. First pitch, Smith swings at a ball, and it's 0-1.
We should go over and have Dick Callahan, PA announcer, say Seth Smith playing left field.
He's DH.
You don't want to say DH.
For whatever reason, his numbers when he plays left field much better than numbers when he DHs. And there's a base hit right center field. Crisp will score. Weeks will score. Cespedes to third, and it's 4-0 A's.
Maybe he thought he was a left fielder. But an 88-mile-an-hour fastball, not a very good location by Garcia. Ball started inside, tailed back right towards the middle of the plate. Excellent swing by Seth Smith. He got the pitch in the middle of the plate. It would be not often that Garcia throws a fastball in what's a location. That was a mistake, and Smith took advantage of it. Once he got past Granderson, an easy 2-run single.
So still only 1 out. Here's Brandon Moss, and that pitch is inside. Already action. David Phelps. So 57 pitches for Garcia. He's allowed 6 hits and 4 runs in 2 1/3. Moss had a leadoff double in the second inning. A's could not get him to score. This one's hit high, shallow left. Ibanez coming in. Cespedes tagging. Cespedes bluffs, and the throw is a good one. And Moss cannot get Cespedes home. So that's out number 2. So it'll be up to Brandon Inge.
Cespedes was just going to shoot up a flare. He was not going to try to score. Ball was hit too shallow in left field. Started out, looked like maybe Ibanez was going to have to go back, but he actually came in. Did you get a runner at third? 1 out. You get greedy. Just want us to try to score as many as you can.
Inge struck out swinging in the second inning. First pitch is down and away. A couple of runs on 3 hits and a walk here in the third inning for the A's as they have extended their lead to 4-0. Outside corner, that's called a strike.
It's been a while for Brandon Inge, over a month. But Kobe Lewis on a fastball straightaway center field for Brandon Inge. Also had a double down the left field line. It's interesting that Brandon Inge said he figured out something by watching Prince Fielder intentionally walked, and he explained that he watched how Prince was using his legs even though he was watching or really receiving an intentional walk. Realized.
I thought that was interesting too.
He had not been using his legs in his swing, and yesterday he did, hitting a couple of hits. Another one now with the 2 outs at first and third.
To pitch to Inge. Drills one to right field, but it's right at Swisher. Side retired. 2 runs on 3 hits for the A's, so we head to the 4th inning. The Athletics 4 and the Yankees nothing. AT&T, besides Brandon Hicks yesterday, who are the other two Oakland A's shortstops to have a walk-off home run? Give you the answer in a little bit. Cano to lead it off. A's with a 4-0 lead, top of the fourth. Cano, Teixeira, and Swisher. First pitch swinging. Cano hits one toward left. And Cespedes has it, and that's out number one. This was Brandon Hicks during our interview, and the microphone. His history.
Now batting.
And then in the clubhouse.
How dare you avoid me?
Dare you avoid me? You should not avoid me. And remember, he turned his head to the side when Riddick tried to get him on the field.
So that's what you're going to get when you have a walk-off.
Just hope Steve Vucevic got the baseball.
Cespedes coming in, still coming in. Pennington calls him off, and Pennington makes the catch. Teixeira is retired. So let's get to our Geico quote of the game. Josh Reddick on why he pied Brandon Hicks again in the clubhouse.
Now batting. Number 33.
He avoided me, and I got the side of his face. So don't avoid me. I'm going to get it eventually. It's your first career homer as a big leaguer, and it was a walk-off. So why would you want to, avoid it?
All right.
Did you notice what he's wearing?
The yellow robe.
In this corner. Right. And Johnny Gomes has one next to him. So Gomes, that one made up for Reddick with his name on the back, similar to his own. And they're lockering beside each other. That's the corner. Locker room. That's it. He's the champ. Signed it too, right in the middle.
Swisher swings at the slow curve and misses. 1-2 the count.
He's about 68. See, he throws it hard, but throws it slow. And the one thing that he said, I can't throw the curveball hard. Now, he threw a hard one to Josh Willingham last Friday when he had a couple of runners on base. Willingham, of course, had already hit a home run. Two.
And that time a high fastball. Swisher swings and misses. So that is 8 in a row retired by A.J. Griffin. So we're headed to the bottom of the fourth. 4-0 A's. The Yankees 4-0. Norris leads it off in the bottom of the fourth. Be followed by Pennington and Crisp. outside corner strike. A's have 6 hits off Freddie Garcia. 4 singles, a double, and a homer. Outside corner again called a strike, and it's 0-2. Norris hit a shallow fly ball to center field in the second inning. Freddie Garcia has not had a 3-up, 3-down inning in the first 3 innings. Gets a strikeout there, and that is strikeout number 5. Here's our AT&T trivia answer. Besides Brandon Hicks yesterday, who are the other 2 Oakland A's shortstops to have a walk-off home run? No surprise, Miguel Tejada did it 3 times. And Bobby Crosby did it in 2004 against the Seattle Mariners.
Game number 18, Eddie Guardado. Everyday Eddie right here at the Coliseum of the 20-game win streak.
Pennington hits one very high, right center. Swisher over and back. He's got it. So that's out number 2.
Miguel had back-to-back walk-offs. Games 18 and 19. The A's with 9 walk-off wins this year. And they're playing their 92nd game.
The top of the order, Coco Crisp. Crisp has hit a couple balls hard. 1 for 2. Both of them have gone to the right side. Cano cannot pick it up cleanly, and Coco's aboard again. It was a short hop, and Cano is about as sure-handed as there is at second base, but he did not pick that one up clean.
I thought if he went after it immediately, might have a chance to get Coco, but I don't think he found it initially. Short hop came up, couldn't find it, and by the time he did, knew he didn't have any chance to get Coco. And I would think now, there's your Gold Glove winner in 2010, but I'd say this is a pretty good chance. Jamal Wiggs take a couple pitches and let Coco try to steal. This would be the obvious time to try to do it with 2 outs.
First pitch is a strike. That's a hit for Coco Crisp, so he's 2 for 3.
Ty Waller telling Coco the time in which Garcia is releasing the ball. Stewart does throw it well, so it's a tough challenge to try to steal with this combination.
Weeks is 2 for 2. 2 singles, 2 runs scored.
You guys, the top of the batting order to set the table. That's what Coco and Chris and Weeks have done, scoring 3 of the 4.
Coco finds his good lead at first. Not going, and it's bounced to Teixeira, who's right there. Steps on the bag. Side retired. Hitting a runner left. 5th inning coming up. It'll be Ibanez, Chavez, and Stewart. 4-0 Athletics. from Berkeley asks, where did the saying walk-off home run or walk-off hit come from?
How about walk-off piece?
That's right, Anson. We got it all covered. And it has a Bay Area tie. We'll tell you the story as this inning rolls on. As Raul Ibanez to lead it off, top of the 5th inning. A.J. Griffin has retired 8 in a row. In fact, the last hit he allowed was Ibanez. So the first known usage of the word walk-off, or words in print, appeared in the San Francisco Chronicle on April 21st, 1988 by Lowell Cohn, longtime writer. Towards center field, Coco's going back, and he's got it. He wrote an article about reliever Dennis Eckersley's unusual way of speaking. For a translation, to check out Eckersley.
Eckies.
And also want to know why he calls short home runs street pieces and home runs that come in the last at bat of a game walk-off pieces. Now that's Eck. Eck used those words. All right. So although the term originally was coined with a negative connotation in reference to the pitcher who gave up the home run, walking off dejectedly with his head down off the field. So that's where it started. That's where the walk-off part comes. But it has since become really known more for the hitter rounding the bases, winning the game in front of the home crowd. But the original thought process was the pitcher is walking off the mound, meaning
that was Eck.
He gone and the game's over. So it started really as a negative toward the pitcher.
That was Eck.
And
Eck was so nervous, especially as a closer.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think. But when Eck, at the end, when he got a save and you see him pump his fist and do all those things, that was just, wow, I did it. He was so nervous every time he went out there. So when he struck somebody out, everybody thought he's showing everybody the batter up. All he was doing was saying, yes, I did it. I did it.
Now, do you think other teams bought that?
Of course not. Nobody ever bought it. But they didn't know Eck. And I'm fortunate to catch him as a starter and broadcast as a closer. And I knew Eck. I mean, he was that way. And he would be the first to admit he'd sit in the clubhouse for 6-7 innings and, up and down roller coaster, nervous.
Pennington gobbles it up, and that is a 7-pitch inning.
7-pitch innings.
So A.J. Griffin is rolling, and so are the A's. They lead 4-0.
On Comcast Sportsnet, take your team with you with MLB.tv. Subscribe today, see every A's out of market game live online. And HD quality features include choice of home and away broadcast, multi-game viewing, and the ability to pause and rewind live games. Visit OaklandAthletics.com to order MLB.tv. TV. Baseball everywhere.
Reddick to lead it off, followed by Cespedes and Smith. He's with 2 in the first and 2 in the third. Yes.
Daughter Lindsay and boyfriend Scott watching our game. And Lindsay has a dog named Harley.
All right.
She informs me that Harley is jealous. Harley saw the St. Bernard. It was a little
well, I got to tell you so. We like that St. Bernard a lot more now than we did maybe a half hour ago. And we'll show you why in a little bit.
But Harley's watching TV, watching the game, seeing all those dogs, and wonder why he wasn't at the pub run.
Having a good time. Just partying with his friends.
In center field, fortunately.
We think the St. Bernard should join Stomper as maybe the new A's mascot. Check it out. Just watch this and keep an eye on the gentleman and look at the gentleman's jacket. What does it say?
SF.
All right. Back off, buddy. You're in A's territory.
You wear that jacket here, guess what's going to happen?
Bite your arm. So that's why we like that.
Yeah. Now see it again. He's got a picture of this. He's going to be real friendly. Nice doggy.
Yeah.
Nice doggy. Get it.
That's right.
Now batting, left fielder, number 52, YANKEES.
That's a classic.
And we thought that was pretty good.
That's great. But I add that to the highlight reel for the season, right?
Oh, no question. So Cespedes, a homer and a walk. The A's have their leadoff man on again. Goes after the first pitch, rolls it foul. The home run for Cespedes in the first inning was his 12th of the year. He now has 44 RBIs. Also has a 7-game hitting streak. He's got 13 hits in his last 24 at-bats. He better be careful. He's going to be a 300 hitter. He's hit 291.
Be careful. Might be player of the month. He's already player of the week. A shortened week last week.
It was after a pitch that was way high, and it's 0-2.
Different type of pitcher. He's a good fastball hitter, but after hitting the very slow curve, I don't know if that Chris Stewart has enough fingers to keep calling all the pitches that Garcia is capable of throwing.
Smith in the on deck circle. The 0-2 pitch to Cespedes is reached for and popped foul.
The word is spreading around the league about Yoenis Cespedes. And I think the Yankees, who did not get a chance to see him play for Rio because he was on the disabled list, seeing him now, and bat speed is unbelievable. 5'2" player. Rothschild, the pitching coach, trying to figure out with his manager how to pitch him. But he's raw and seeing pitches he's never seen before.
Reddick with a pretty good lead at first. He's not afraid to take off. That one's drilled down the left field line, way deep and foul.
Watch the bat speed. That was 79, got way out in front of it. Probably Cano walked in and maybe said to Garcia, maybe you should have picked him to be part of the home run derby in Kansas City.
He would have been fun to watch.
He would have been a lot of fun. He was the captain, won last year, so unfortunately he was abused by the fans in Kansas City when he did not pick Billy Butler, but that's going to change your future.
Lays off that pitch, 1-2. 84 pitches for Freddie Garcia with nobody out here in the 5th inning. This one's tapped right side. Cano was playing way behind second base, and he's not going to have a play. He tries to throw back behind Reddick. Reddick gets back. So Cano was playing almost behind second base, and Cespedes with that terrific speed beats it out. So the A's again in business against Garcia.
Oh, the shift with Cano behind second. Reddick stopped. He looked back, saw that once Cano caught the ball, he was not going to be able to round second too far and try to go to third base, so decided to stop. Fortunately did, because Cano very smartly threw back to second with Jeter covering, and not much he could do. Yeah, he's threatening again. Seems like every first, third, fifth odd inning.
So action again. And again, it's David Phelps, the long reliever. And Garcia has really spent pretty much the whole game out of the stretch. And that pitch is blocked by Stewart. Smith with a big 2-run single in the 3rd inning. Scored Crispin Weeks. On the outside corner, 83 miles an hour.
He wants more.
Smith had a big swing, rolls it foul. All the games are final in the American League. 5 games played. 4 day games. A night game in Boston that had a dramatic ending. I'll tell you what happened in those games in a little bit. .79 miles an hour, and it floats outside.
I think the A's hitters tonight have done a very good job, considering there are times that hitters want to be aggressive, especially with fastball pitchers. They'll look fastball swing. I think back to a week ago, the Friday game against Luriano, they were swinging at everything.
2-2 pitch. Smith strikes out.
Very good slider inside. Off speed. So Seth Smith strikeout, big 2-run single, then strikeout again. Tough pitch. It might have been a splitter on the inside corner. And considering the way the A's swung or tried to make contact with Francisco Luriano, striking out 15 times, had a tendency to swing at a lot of bad pitches off speed in the dirt, but definitely not tonight against right-hander. They call the crafty left-handers. How about a crafty right-hander?
That would be, yeah. Or you don't hear soft tossing right-hander very often.
That's true.
But Moss with a double and a fly ball to left field. Moss drives one right center field. He gets under it, and Swisher makes the catch. Reddick is able to tag. He'll go to 3rd. So that's out number 2. And the A's now have runners at the corners. And Inge will hit.
That's why it's always important, if you have a runner at second base and nobody out, if you get him to 3rd, that's a fly ball that's going to score a run, but a big strikeout by Garcia prevented the advancing of the 2 runners. And now with Reddick at 3rd, there are 2 outs.
Inge with a strikeout, and then a line drive into the glove of Swisher in right field, so he's 0 for 2. .92 pitches now for Garcia. This one's popped up, shallow center. Cano's out. And Cano has it, side retired. 2 runners stranded. We're headed to the 6th inning. 4-0 Athletics. Talking walk-off winners. A's have 6 walk-off wins in their last 12 home games. Last team was 6 walk-off wins in a span of 12 home games. The Oakland A's in May and June of 2004.
How'd you know that?
Well,
it's amazing.
Just popped into my head about a half hour ago.
The information you come up with is incredible.
Leading off for New York at the top of the 6th inning.
A.J. Griffin is rolling along. He's retired 11 in a row. Yankees have 3 hits. The last one was in the 2nd inning. Here it's the top of the 6th. And it's also the top of the order for New York. First pitch. Jeter checks his swing, and it's high. That was pitch number 70 for Griffin. No walks, 2 strikeouts.
Well, after some 44 pitches in the first 2 innings, he has settled down, especially retiring the number that he has consecutively and not throwing a lot of pitches doing it. I think the biggest thing for him tonight, the fact that he's changing speed so well. Throws something soft and comes back with a good fastball, and from the hitter standpoint, you see something off speed, all of a sudden a fastball that maybe is not on the gun 85 or 95 to 100. It seems like it's that, but it's only about 88, 89.
Jeter with a base hit to right field. Well, he waited on that breaking ball. And that's vintage Derek Jeter, so he's 2 for 3. Most consecutive quality starts to open the career in Oakland history. He's working on 5.
John Henry Johnson. Oh, Dave Hamilton. Member of the 72 World Championship A's. Still local out of the East Bay.
So a quality start, 6 innings pitched.
3 runs.
3 runs.
Fewer runs, right. Shouldn't be. It should be 7.
That would be an ERA of 4.5.
Which is not good unless you have a team that's going to score you 5 runs a game.
I think it should be 6 innings, 2 earned runs, right, or 7 innings, 3 earned runs. How about that?
Exactly.
0-2 pitch is high to Granderson. Granderson a fly ball to left and a ground out to second. And he swings and misses. So strikeout number 3. That one at 67 miles per hour.
Slow, tantalizing curveball, and the way he can flip the ball up there so slowly with the hard delivery, that has to fool the hitter. Because he's throwing it like he's going to throw it 100, and then all of a sudden it's nothing. It's hardly any velocity. Remember, this is the third time through the batting order for the Yankees. They are one of the best teams.
And Alex Rodriguez lines us into the left field.
So 2 of the first 3 getting hits, but they talk, they watch pitchers and try to figure out a pattern, what he's trying to do. So the big out in this inning is the second hitter. There's a slider, left it up. That speed, Alex Rodriguez, pretty good.
So 2 on, 1 out for Cano, and after Cano it's Teixeira. Cano has reached on a fielder's choice and hit a fly ball to left field. He has a 21-game hitting streak. Trying to keep alive. And that big curveball Cano lays off and it drops low. Bob Melvin's looking at the Yankee lineup, looking for an easy out. He's probably not going to find it. Cano, little flare to left field. Cespedes will play it on a hop. And the bases are loaded for Mark Teixeira. So Cano going to have a soft line drive.
And the fact that Robbie Cano can use the whole field enables him to have the hitting streak, which now is at 22. He can pull, he can go opposite field, which he does, stays inside the ball. So 22 game hitting streak for the Yankees second baseman.
A 400 average during the hitting streak. So here is Teixeira when there's a meeting on the mound.
A little bit of a stressful first inning, but after that, just the one hit by Ibanez in the second. Retired the next 9, starting with Jeter all the way through to Stewart. Innings 3 through 5, and now the big guy at the plate. What are they going to do with a shift? The middle infielders, Weeks was trying to talk to Pennington and figure out how they're going to play defensively. And meanwhile, Griffin said, "I'm ready to pitch," and he let it go. First pitch strike.
Teixeira, a ground out and a pop out. That curveball stays high. On deck is Swisher.
See where Weeks is playing now. He played in shallow right field. The first inning with a couple of runners on base.
Doolittle starts to throw for the A's. Teixeira, pretty good take there. That's a good changeup, but good hitter. Well, he saw it and took it.
That is third time through the batting order, and that's what good hitters do. They remember, they watch.
And another close pitch. That one was a fastball that was just a shade low. So no place to put Teixeira.
It's a little bit too low.
Yep. And that one's hit high to center. Chris going back. He's going to have room. And he's got it. And it'll get a run home. So Jeter scores. Rodriguez goes to third. And it's a long sacrifice fly for Mark Teixeira. And maybe a deep breath taken by Griffin.
Fortunately, did not allow Teixeira to pull the ball. Clearly would have been a home run. Fastball, center cut. And maybe because Griffin has thrown enough off-speed pitches that Mark Teixeira could not be 100% sure he's going to get a fastball. He did. And fortunately, he did not swing aggressively and try to pull the ball. I think he's a better off-speed hitter to pull pitches than the fastball that he just saw.
So runners at the corners, 2 outs for Swisher. Swisher rips one right center field, and that's going to be a base hit. So Rodriguez scores. Cano to third, and it's 4-2.
A slow curveball. Nick Swisher planted the front foot, then swung and hit it. Watch the swing by Swisher is just left the curveball up a little bit too much.
Number 27, Raul Ibanez.
So Raul Ibanez steps in. Doolittle, the left-hander, is heating up in the bullpen. 86 pitches for Griffin. Ibanez, a single and a fly ball to center field. And he rolls that one foul, so Griffin is able to get ahead.
And you notice how he's throwing a lot of off-speed pitches on the first offering to these hitters. He's able to get Granderson striking him out. Fortunately, Teixeira kept the ball in the park.
Good pitch there, and it's 0-2.
Back-to-back changeups. Rolled the string again. Ibanez just couldn't make contact.
Up and in fastball, check swing foul ball.
Went from 79 back to 90.
So another 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss on that big breaking ball. So Ibanez strikes out. Couple of runs on 4 hits for the Yankees. Bottom of the 6th coming up, 4-2 Athletics. Time for the Coors Light Freeze Cam. Coors Light Freeze Cam is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. It's the world's most refreshing beer. So A.J. Griffin touched up a little bit in the top of the 6th, but he made the big pitch when he needed to get Ibanez. But navigate your way through the Yankees lineup for the 3rd time, that's not easy.
Well, it has to be a tremendous confidence boost for A.J. Griffin to give up a couple, tying runs on base, facing the tough lefty in Ibanez, and Melvin leaves him in there. Strikes out Ibanez. He'll probably look for 9-out save again tonight to get his second one.
So Doolittle was up, and the bullpen's quiet now, but you could see somebody get back up as this half inning goes on. 1-1 to Norris, who's 0 for 2. Fly ball to center and a strikeout, and he swings and misses. Derek Norris is in a big-time struggle right now. He's 0 for his last 26. So the average down to 182.
He'll have the full beard back in a couple of weeks. He's starting to grow in again.
They have to wait for the hair.
Yeah.
In the dirt, blocked by Stewart.
One of the things every major league hitter gets a chance to put a bat in his hand. It's a series of adjustments. I don't care how long you play the game, you have to adjust. Because pitchers, they figure out a weakness and they're going to stick with the weakness.
This was popped up. Stewart back, flips the mask, and he's got just enough room right in front of the backstop.
Ibanez, first and third, gets a big curveball, and after a couple of changeups, Raul Ibanez, a very strong hitter, and a very hard delivery by his right-hander, and he pulls the string on the curveball. Very good. It's got to be remarkable too. Throw it that hard, but get such slow velocity out.
Yeah, because he's not just flipping it up there. I mean, he's snapping it pretty good.
There's your answer, Kite. Doolittle's up again.
Well, Pennington 0 for 2. Floats outside, 1-1. Russell Martin for the right bat. Chris Stewart to hit second. Eric Chavez, the left-handed hitting Chavez, is to lead off the 7th inning. One now to Pennington. Pennington, a struggling hitter, 4 hits in his last 47 at bats. One hit foul. Garcia over 100 pitches now. He's at 103.
Off a fastball way, going to the slider.
And that one's hit hard. One hop to Cano, who grabs it. And that is out number 2. So Pennington hit it hard, but he's retired.
And to have your kids eat lunch with the A's this school year on Saturday, August the 4th, when the A's play the Blue Jays. 7,500 kids will receive an A's lunchbox cooler. It's presented by Capcom. For more information and tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets. That must mean school is about to begin. Looking at a lunchbox.
Yeah.
Early August. Otherwise, you can put your pup treats in it.
Tonight, anyway. Coco Crisp has another hit. He is 3 for 4.
Robinson Cano trying to take up some of the hole between first and second. He moved more towards first, and Coco hit it more up the middle.
So we're going to have a pitching change. So at 105 pitches, Freddie Garcia's night comes to an end. So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Sportsnet California is brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. And by Jack in the Box. Get the all-American Jack Combo at Jack in the Box. It's a no-nonsense burger with fries and a drink for only $4.99 plus tax at participating stores.
Jamal Weeks will hit with 2 outs and a runner on in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Freddie Garcia kind of walked off the mound shaking his head. I don't think he was real thrilled with being taken out of the game. 5 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 4 earned runs. And the young right-hander David Phelps takes over.
Note on his fastball, 2 and 4 seam fastball, curve, slider, changeup. Garcia was upset. It was probably because he wanted the 3rd out. Maybe his offense could score, making the pitcher of record on the positive side. Number 16th game for this right-hander.
Good pitch at the knees, and it's 0-1. A couple of hits for Weeks, 3 hits for Crisp. If Coco takes a shot at stealing a bag, he's not going in. And that one on the inside corner called a strike. And Weeks very seldom argues. And he had a few words for Mike Winters. You just do not see Jamal do that very often.
Well, this is definitely off the plate. And he's looking right at it. And Jamal was correct on that one.
Yep. Outfield shallow, swung around to left for Weeks. 1-2 now.
Might see both Andre Jones and
all right.
Russell Martin, a couple of right-handers, then turn it back over. Top of the order. Not going to pinch hit at the top. The top 6, 7 guys.
Strike 3 called, and Weeks knew that was a strike. So the A's strand a runner, and we're headed to the 7th inning at the O.co Coliseum. Dog day at the ballpark, 4-2 Athletics. By McDonald's. On this date in 2002, former Athletic and Yankee Corey Lotto pitches a 1-hit shutout against the Texas Rangers. He allowed 1 walk, struck out 6. The A's won the game 10-0. That was part of the month of August that year where he allowed 1 run over 6 starts, and that was right in the middle of that 20-game win streak. The late Corey Lotto.
Yes,
he was good for the A's, huh?
Yes, he was excellent, and just one of those guys that you never looked at and was overpowered.
No.
Knew how to change speeds, did a great job, and unfortunately lost his life in a plane crash.
And when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Sean Doolittle comes in here in the 7th inning. And he indeed will face
Pitch hitting for New York, number 55.
a pinch hitter,
Martin.
Russell Martin, to hit for Eric Chavez. So the Yankees do not want left-handed hitter to face Doolittle. The thing that always worries you about the Yankees, Rays, they really do make you throw strikes.
Yes, they do, and they also don't believe they're ever out of the game.
No, certainly not.
That's why early in the game, the A's, of course, have had opportunities in this game to add on in addition to the two-run innings. But they've been stopped at the 4 runs, and the Yankees have made it a 2-run game. See, that's a changeup, and throw 95 with a fastball. You don't want to speed up a hitter's bat coming off the bench as Martin is. Now he's going to look fastball.
And he got it, and he fouled it back. So another quality start for A.J. Griffin. 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs. 4 strikeouts. The big one, his last hitter he faced, Ibanez. This one popped up on the infield. Pennington is under it, and he's got it, and that is out number 1. So Doolittle gets the pinch hitter Russell Martin.
You see, Bob Melvin had his lineup card, and you were talking exactly right about looking at the lineup, but also the matchups. And he knew that whenever he brought Doolittle in, he had to, because Griffin threw the batting order 3 times. And here the 2 guys are going to be pinch hitting, Martin and now Andrew Jones. But he wanted Doolittle with a good fastball to face them coming off the bench, and then turn it over to the top of the order with Derek Jeter. Chip Hale, the A's bench coach, marking out the eligible players and slotting them in the lineup appropriately.
So Andrew Jones will hit for Stewart. So remember, Martin just pinch hit, so Martin will stay in the game and catch. First pitch to Jones is a strike.
Bobby Malone starting tomorrow night, pitched against the Yankees, and Andrew Jones hit a home run. The Yankees shutting out the A's 2-0 in that game.
This one's popped up, and Weeks is right there. So a couple pop-up outs, and Doolittle will now face the top of the order in Jeter.
You see a guy shaking their head, and that's the importance of coming in, throwing hard out of the bullpen. 2 very good fastball hitters, neither one, and Martin and Jones able to get around them.
Number 2, Derek.
Fastball and the shift used by the Athletics, and you have to respect the velocity of the fastball of Sean Doolittle. This guy's expecting a pull. They may not be able to pull his fastball. Jones shaking his head a little bit, also going back to dugout.
So here's Jeter, who is 2 for 3. And that one is inside to Jeter. So on the runs scored list in Major League Baseball history, Derek Jeter is 50. He's 13th on the all-time hits list. With his 2 hits tonight, Jeter has 3,209.
And if he wants to, he could be the all-time hit leader.
Yep.
If he wants to play that long.
2-0 to Jeter. Right at Weeks, who juggles, stays with it, side retired. So Doolittle has a 3-up, 3-down inning. 7th inning stretch coming up. It's 4-2 Athletics. 7th inning, the A's with a 4-2 lead.
55, Russell Martin remains in the game and is now catching.
Cespedes with the 2-run homer in the very first inning. A couple changes for the Yankees. Jason Nix will now play third base. Nix will hit in the 9th spot. Russell Martin stays in the game. He's the catcher, and he'll hit in the 8th spot. So there's your changes. Nix at third. Martin is the catcher. No change on the mound. David Phelps at the final out in the 6th inning. He faces Reddick, Cespedes, and Smith. Way inside. Reddick, a ground out, a strikeout, and a walk so far in the game.
This is a nice contrast. So you have a starting pitcher who flips the ball out to velocity that Garcia showed tonight, and then you bring in a hard thrower. Pretty good curve.
Cano takes care of Reddick.
During every home game this season, the A's will sell authentic game-used and autographed memorabilia in the Westside Club of the Coliseum. Items include autographed baseballs and jerseys, game-used helmets, bats, jerseys, bases, lineup cards, and more. A lot of jerseys. Said twice. All items are authenticated under the MLB Authentication Program. A portion of the proceeds will benefit the Oakland A's Community Fund.
So Cespedes steps in. Cespedes with that home run, and then a walk in the 3rd and a single in the 5th. So he remains a very hot hitter. Fastball first strike. Tigers beat the Angels today 5-1. That was a 4-game series in Detroit. Won 3 out of 4. This one's popped up. Teixeira is going to have a play, and he's got it, and that's out number 2. That was Scherzer over Williams. The Tigers are playing great baseball, and the White Sox lost, so Detroit is now just a game and a half back in the AL Central. And guess who plays this weekend? The White Sox at Detroit.
That should be a
That'd
good
be fun.
series.
Yeah.
There'll probably be a lot of people driving from Chicago to the Motor City.
Not out of the question.
You know, when Cleveland had their 455 consecutive sellouts, people actually drove to the neighboring cities because they couldn't get tickets in Cleveland.
A couple hours, right? Cleveland to Detroit.
Or fly over the lake, and that was a happening.
Balfour starting to get loose. There's ball loose out in left field. So Tigers beat the Angels, and the Angels were on the road for a long time, but they are now heading home. And they got a big series coming. They will host the Texas Rangers this weekend. How about that? Those two teams still have 13 games left against each other. So Rangers at Anaheim this weekend.
And the Rangers watching that game as they had the off day in Southern California following the A's game here yesterday. Walk off.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss by Seth Smith. So Phelps has a 3-out there in an inning. We're moving to the 8th. 4-2 Athletics. Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Cache Creek's Tropical Riches. Win cash and prizes daily through September 3rd. Visit cachecreek.com for details. Nice crowd tonight, 23,382 on hand. Some Yankee fans in the house. 4-2, the A's lead. It is the top of the 8th inning. And this would be the heart of the order for Grant Balfour. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog expert. So Balfour, after Doolittle's perfect 7th inning, takes over here in the 8th. Granderson, Rodriguez, Cano, and if anybody were to get aboard, Teixeira. I would say that's the heart of the order.
Definitely the heart of the order, and I think also what Bob Melvin might be considering with Granderson leading off. He could have been tempted to leave Doolittle in to face the left-hander and then bring the right-hander in. But a lot of times they like to start the inning fresh. And this might be the case.
What are they doing? For New York.
You ever figure that out?
Number 14, Curtis
I don't know.
Granderson.
I don't know. I want to have an answer for you, Ray. I do not. They're having fun, though, and that's the most important thing. Granderson to lead it off, and the first pitch is a bit high.
Maybe we can have a Subway U Fresh ask Delaire what they're doing, because he would come up with the answer. Since we don't have an answer.
Granderson takes a fastball on the inside corner, first strike. Shift is on for Granderson. Swing and a miss. Good fastball there from Balfour. Granderson is 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. And he chases a high fastball, and Balfour strikes out Granderson for out number 1.
That's called going up the ladder, changing the eyesight, and a very good fastball hitter. Just had 3 fastballs blown by him. Missed for the first offering and then came right back with 3 more fastballs. And Curtis Granderson, a very tough lefty. It's a first out.
So here's Alex Rodriguez. He's got a couple of hits and a run scored tonight. Check swing right back to Balfour, who flips to first, throws high. Plenty of time for Moss to come down in the bag. And that's 2 outs.
That's a adrenaline fastball thrown by Grant Balfour. Right in the middle of the batting order, and Alex Rodriguez a check. Fortunately, it wasn't too high. Alex a little upset with a check swing. No hitter likes that, except they saw the throw was high. Moss did a good job backing up to make it less of a high toss.
So 2 outs for Cano. Cano goes after the first pitch, fouls it straight back.
Dave, Grant Balfour's name's been mentioned a lot about potential trade. Teams are interested. You can understand why. He is a very good pitcher, very intense, good fastball. But for Bob Melvin and Kurt Young, perfect in this role as a setup.
Jams Cano. And that's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Balfour. So the A's bullpen doing their job again tonight. Bottom of the 8th coming up. 4-2 Athletics.
way.
Here's game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. This was the very first inning. Cespedes with a 2-run homer, his 12th of the year, and that gave the A's a 2-0 lead. Big hit, Seth Smith. This was in the 3rd inning. Bases loaded. It's a 2-run single, so the A's led 4-0. Jay Griffin, 6 innings, a couple of runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. So he's 3 outs away from his 2nd win in his career. 2-7-0 for the Yankees, 4-9-0 for the Athletics. As we reach the bottom of the 8th inning, that's your game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Brandon Moss to lead it off. First pitch, breaking ball for a strike from David Phelps. Phelps has retired all 4 hitters that he has faced in this game. Inside corner, strike 2. The Red Sox got a 3-run walk-off home run by Cody Ross, and they beat the White Sox 3-1 at Fenway. So plenty of excitement there as the Red Sox get their 48th win. They're 3 games over 500. Cook starts to throw. Pedroia's back. Ellsbury's back. Crawford's back. So the Red Sox are ready to make their move. See if they indeed do that.
But I bet the Big Poppy, hoping not to have to go on the DL, but Achilles tendon.
He did go, yeah.
Yes, and that's tough. That's a hard one.
Moss gets called out. Inside corner fastball. So that's out number 1. Here's our Chevron pitching matchup for tomorrow night's game. Tommy Malone and Ivan Nova. 10-game winner and a 9-game winner. So that'll be tomorrow night, 6:30 A's pregame live, and the ball game at 7:05. Right here on Comcast Sportsnet California. First pitch to Inge is a strike. Nova.
Which one against the A's back in May. That was May. A lot of things. Matter of fact, the Yankees, I want to say the Angels, Yankees, Twins all contributed to the A's 9-game losing streak.
Inge looking for his first hit. The average has now slipped under 200 at 198. Granderson circles around it, and that's out number 2.
Bring your kids out to the Coliseum Sunday, August the 5th, when the A's play the Blue Jays. Now remember this, what we talked about earlier. 7,500 kids will receive an A's Jamal Weeks drawstring backpack courtesy of Washington Hospital of Fremont. Remember, you could get the cooler before, the day before.
Yep.
For more information and tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets. So
get ready.
School supply weekend here at the Coliseum. Good baseball, great giveaway items. This kid's pretty good.
He's pumping strikes. David Phelps just brought back up from the minor leagues yesterday. He's been up and down a couple times this year between AAA and the big leagues. Baltimore beat Minnesota 4-3. Chad got his 8th win. Tampa Bay shut out Cleveland 6-0. David Price is now a 13-game winner. He's pitching great for the Rays. In fact, he is the American League's first 13-game winner. One-two pitch to Norris. Outside. The marquee pitching matchup in baseball today was in the National League. It was R.A. Dickey against Gio Gonzalez, and Dickey won for the Mets. Dickey is 13-1. Gio got knocked around today. He's 12-5. Mets won 9-5. very close pitch on a breaking ball, and it's 3-2.
Now, see if we can set fastball, get a fastball from the right-hander. Get a hit, maybe a big one. Might as well sit on it.
Setting up inside, and it went inside, and it was a good pitch. So we are headed to the ninth. Yankees in town, A's leading, and the closer, Ryan Cook, is coming in. We'll be back. A's with a 4-2 lead. It is the ninth inning, and Ryan Cook is going to try to save it. It's time for change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. 41st appearance for Cook. And he is looking for save number 10. He'll face Teixeira, Swisher, Ibanez. And if anybody were to get on, it would be Russell Martin. So that's the chore for Cook. First pitch to Teixeira is just a bit outside. Teixeira is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. That one's in first strike.
Easy 93. It looked like he almost wanted to throw a changeup, but it was a 93-mile-an-hour fastball up in the zone with very good movement going away from Teixeira.
This one hit left field line. It's a long run for Cespedes near the wall, and he makes the catch right in front of the wall. So a long out for Teixeira, and that's the first out. How about that?
Yeah.
They have scored at least 3 runs in 42 straight games. That's unbelievable.
Tribe in 94 in the midst of their great run did it 48 straight. How about that?
But only 2 runs tonight.
Let's keep it at that. Got a chance to win.
So here's Swisher. Swisher takes a fastball just a touch low. Remember, yesterday Cook came in and he pitched the top of the 9th inning, and then the A's won it in the bottom of the 9th, so he got a win. And that one's driven right center, and that one is gone. Just got over the wall, number 14 for Swisher, and it's 4-3.
And it's 43 consecutive games. Drive, and Nick Swisher was not taking as Teixeira was. Teixeira took a first pitch, which was not a bad idea for a leadoff hitter. Nick Swisher over the jagged edge.
So here's Raul Ibanez, who takes a first pitch slider for a strike. Again, Martin is the on-deck hitter. Ibanez a single in the second, fly ball to center field in the fifth, and he struck out swinging in the sixth. That's the at bat that came with runners at first and third and 2 out. Pitch runs outside, 2-1. So Griffin went 6, Doolittle a perfect 7th, Balfour a perfect 8th. Cook here in the 9th. High fastball, sliced foul.
Still that note, first home run given up by Ryan Cook. It was a fastball down the middle. Thinking maybe Swisher, who took a first pitch ball, might be taking a strike. He was not. But a lot of home runs for the A's, especially in 06.
And that slider stays high, full count. Payoff pitch to Ibanez. And it was a fastball, and it's popped foul just past the A's dugout. That's the right-hander David Robertson.
And that Cook is doing, he is going up the ladder with his velocity. That last one at 96, so he's at 93, up to 96 now with a lot of adrenaline.
And he gets a little help from Ibanez. He swung at ball 4. And that's out number 2.
That was huge. That was maybe the biggest. A.J. Griffin had a huge out with Ibanez, threw him a curveball in the 6th inning with 2 on. This time should have been ball 4 and on base, but he went after the fastball. Just tempting enough. He's upset. But looking at it from our angle, it was going to be a ball. He could not tell that as a hitter.
Slider for a strike to Martin. Martin has 9 home runs on the year, 23 RBIs. And that one hit deep down the left field line, but foul. So the count 0-2.
Throw it hard. That's one. Let me go catch my breath. Just got away with a hanging slider. Martin, who took the first one, fortunately out in front of one that was crushed.
So 0-2. And that one bounced toward Weeks. Backs up to get a good hop. Flips to first, and that's the ball game. So the Yankees get a home run from Swisher in the 9th, but it's not enough. So the A's take game 1 of this series by a final score of 4-3. Griffin gets his 2nd win. Cook gets his 10th save. And the A's remain hot. They have now won 11 out of their last 13, and they are 48-44 on the year.
Time now for the AT&T Uverse Reverse Replay, and they talked about the young kid A.J. Griffin. And they wondered how he would handle the New York Yankees. He was spectacular. One time retired 11 consecutive batters. Picking up the signs with the spectacles. Got Raul Ibanez with the strikeouts. He struck out 4. The biggest was Ibanez with a couple of runners on in the 6th inning. And that was it. His final strike, his final out. And he got the job done with a big strikeout of the power hitting Ibanez. But a good effort, great effort by A.J. Griffin getting his 2nd win. Deservedly. Ryan Cook the save. And another great 1-run win for the A's. Fortunately, in that streak of 9 consecutive losses here at the Coliseum.
So it got started early with Cespedes' home run. The top of the A's order deserves a lot of credit. Crisp had 3 hits and a run scored, and Jamal Weeks had a couple hits and a run scored. So, listen, it's that way in anybody's lineup, and it certainly is that way for the A's. If those two guys, as the plan was from the start of this season, get those two guys on base, and things will happen, and that was the case tonight. And one of those guys, Jamal Weeks, is standing by downstairs with a couple of hits. And Jamal, thanks for joining us. Tell us about the ball game tonight, and especially early on when you're playing in a big game against the Yankees, you're playing well. How important is it to score early, knowing that you're probably going to have to add runs later in the game?
It's real important, especially against a team that's been playing well like the Yankees. You know, coming off at the top with Coco and myself getting on base and causing a little bit of havoc throughout the game pretty much. It definitely plays on the defense a lot on the other team.
And one thing that you're doing, again, you're hitting line drives, you're getting ground balls, you're staying back and going to the opposite field. Talk about that and how much better you feel whenever you do stay back and you get those kind of hits to get on base and especially to score runs.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm letting the ball get a little bit deeper and using my hands a little bit more at the plate. It's been a little bit of a battle left-handed, but that is what I need to do, and that's what I've been working at, and hopefully now it's starting to come along, so we should see some better left-handed at-bats.
Jamal, how difficult is it facing a guy like Freddie Garcia, who has 5-6 different pitches, does not throw his fastball that much, and you're just never quite sure what's coming?
Yeah, it's difficult. A guy like that, you know, you're not used to seeing when you're in this American League. You see a lot of guys throwing 90-plus, 92-plus, 95. But at this point today, we knew what the game plan was. We knew he's going to be soft with his pitches and throwing a lot of off speed. So the big idea for us was to stay back and try to read everything out the hand correctly.
Big homestand, Rangers leading the West, the Yankees leading the East. How big was yesterday to beat the Rangers, split the series with them, knowing you're going to be playing the Yankees this 4-game weekend series? They're tough, similar to the Yankees, but yesterday with the walk-off, winning the way you did, how big was that?
It was big for our team as a total and for our confidence and coming into this series to come off a win against a good team. You know, we feel like we can beat a good team that comes in, and we showed it tonight, and hopefully that's momentum for tomorrow.
And Jamal, you know, you were here last year. It was not a great year for the A's last year. You guys started out slow this year. How much fun is this team having now, and the confidence it has to be growing with each and every win?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. Everybody, we got a lot of personalities in the clubhouse, and it meshes well. That's what you need. And everybody's out there confident, picking each other up. And this is a team that, I said in the beginning of the season that I think will surprise people.
Well, indeed, the A's are doing that. Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so Jamal Weeks, couple of hits, couple of runs scored. The A's another win. They remain a half game out of that wild card picture, but I got it right in my head. I'm telling you, I'm keeping track. As
I hope you do. Keep it. That's exciting.
But just a good, solid game tonight, and I think we have to give credit, even though Cook gave up the home run. But you know, we talk about all these walk-off wins, Ray, and close wins late. You have to have a good bullpen to win games close to allow you to have walk-off wins. And I thought the bullpen was great tonight with Doolittle, Balfour, and Cook.
I was talking to Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach of the Yankees. He was talking about the Cincinnati Reds who went wire to wire in 1990. He was there, and he started talking about the bullpen. He said when you have a 6-inning start out of your pitcher, you have 3 guys that come out of the bullpen and shut down the other team for 9 outs. That's pretty good.
Sure. Because
your starting pitcher only has to go 6 because the bullpen's so strong. The A's have that bullpen right now. So for the 3 rookies starting in this first 3 games against the Yankees, starting with Griffin tonight, 6 innings, and here comes the bullpen. And Doolittle, Balfour, and Cook, they got the job done. The A's win the ball game, and that's a great formula for a lot of success.
So I think the rest of baseball really starting to take notice of the Athletics right now. They're just playing terrific baseball now. 4 games over 500 at 48 and 44 as they beat the Yankees tonight by a final score of 4-3. You've been watching Oakland A's baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group. Don't go away. A's post-game live with Brody Brazil and Fernando Viñas starts right now.